Hello, friends. What's up? I've had a chance to play with Sora, and I have opinions. Basically, so Sora has been pitched to us as a new version of the best video model possibly available to the human race. That's what all the marketing says. That's what everyone is talking about when they're talking about Sora. And from the initial videos that we saw when Sora was announced and from the original creative team, that was all the case. Everything looked amazing. It was the best model anybody had ever seen. However, what we actually got with Sora's release is a turbo version where it was neutered quite a bit. You know, this makes sense because of server concerns and costs and everything. I would imagine it would have cost a fortune to make the type of videos that they were making with Sora back in the day. But that being said, I feel like it's a little disingenuous to use that footage to sell you a product that's not even close to what they were trying to give us. So the alpha testers and the people that are in the creative program for Sora were given access to a version of the model that is not available to the public. They are, however, charging for that model and showing footage from those generations as if that's the sort of generations you'll get. But after having played with Sora both on the Plus and on the Pro version, the version of Sora we got does not actually line up with the version of Sora that they're selling. So every time you see one of these amazing videos from one of the people in the alpha creators group, that version of the model they're making the videos with doesn't exist for you. So if you spend money, you are going to be accessing a less capable version of the model. And I'm going to get into what I mean by that with some examples and stuff. The promotional content that is being shown for Sora is not indicative of what you're going to be using when you pay your money and start playing with Sora. There are serious issues with motion and prompt adherence. And on the $20 plan, you get about, 1,000 credits, and it's 25 credits to do a 480p 5-second video, and then it goes way up from there if you want to start cranking up resolution and time. And even if you do, unfortunately, the results don't get much better because of the model itself, which is kind of frustrating. So if we go into some of these videos here, you'll see what I mean. Let's do this one, for instance. Now, the motion of the subject actually looks pretty good, but now let's look on the sides and underneath, and you'll notice that everything in the footage that's not the main subject is like stop motion, 5 frame per second, weird stuttery stuff. And the fidelity is just nowhere near what they're selling as, what Sora is. As you can see with these trees up here, there's just like, the subject looks great, but everything else in the scene is pretty much unusable. And, at $200 a month, that's just a little much for this type of result. And from what I've noticed from my prompts, it doesn't actually do what you asked it to. It just does something sort of similar to what you asked for, which isn't actually super useful when you're going to make clips for a, professional project. There also seems to be some sort of strange interpolation on everything, as if it's being rendered at a much lower frame rate and then interpolated, which never bodes well because you're going to end up having to interpolate the footage further or do other things to mask the issues that are existing in the product as it is. So as a top tier high level video model, I just don't think this one's worth the money. Unfortunately, that might change down the road as they figure out how to make it look better for less GPU. But honestly, this model feels like it was rushed out to basically make a bunch of money, and most people probably won't care because it's it's a hobby. They'll have fun making videos. It's all good. But as somebody who does use these models every single day and does a lot of research on the back end, this is an underwhelming release, and I don't know if it's worth your money yet. Another strange issue I have with it is the storyboarding and other stuff. Like, if it doesn't understand the images, it just gives you an actual slideshow. This is not good. This costs like 50 credits or something to get nothing out. It's kind of frustrating. Here you can see I asked for a sentient turkey sandwich eating a human for dinner, and it's just, it's cute, it's funny, but it's not doing anything I asked for. A man smoking a cigarette while hula hooping in a filthy rainy alley in New York City. It is raining and there is garbage and trash fires everywhere. I mean, sort of, sort of, but not really. I would have to do a bunch of generations to get anywhere near what I need for this. And also, if you look at the ground, this sort of stop motion thing they got going on is no bueno. What I want to say to the greater AI artist community, and this might not get me any friends, is you guys gotta stop working for these AI companies for free, just for the promise of credits and stuff like that. They are getting you to make promotional material for their products for free by giving you breadcrumbs and just, here's some credits, have some fun, and then you'll be the first to release a video, so you get all that sweet exposure. We as artists need to stop working for exposure. We need to stop working for the promise of stuff later. It's great that the companies give you access to research these models, but that's where it ends. Don't sell your soul to these companies and release promotional materials for them for free, especially promotional materials that don't actually represent what the final product is for the final user. You see the posts where like, oh, I'm in the alpha testing group and I made this video. You can't make that video even with the $200 a month plan. You're not going to get results like they got. They had access to a different model as far as I can tell. It's unfortunate, but here we are. I guess this is the state of things right now. Know your worth. Your time is worth more than free credits and making free promotional materials for these companies. They can afford to pay you. They should pay you. So in conclusion, I just don't think it's actually worth it yet. If you have the money and you want to play around, go nuts. These are the first days of a really cool video model. If that's your goal, go have fun and enjoy yourself and forget everything I said. But if money is an object, that $20, once you've spent it, you can't actually buy more credits as it stands. You have to go straight to the $200 account if you want to make more videos. So that's something to keep in mind if you're thinking about using this tool right away. And yeah, I mean, again, this is day 2 of it being released, so I'm hoping down the road things will get much better. But as an initial offering, I just can't recommend you spend your money on it yet.